Hey guys, what's going on? I'm back here with another unscripted, off-the-cuff video. I actually started trying to write the script for this video, but I just said fuck it. I don't have time to write the script and edit it and whatnot, so I'm just gonna talk to my microphone here. So in this video, I want to talk about why I'm a Mgtow monk, why I avoid dating women, having sex with women, dealing with women in any sort of romantic or sexual manner whatsoever. So for my previous videos, you would know that I used to be a lonely, frustrated virgin, and then I had a monogamous relationship for 2 years, including 1 year of cohabitation. And then I had a PUA phase where I went out and hooked up with a lot of random girls. Anywhere from one night stands to short-term relationships that lasted a few months and whatnot. And then eventually I became a Mgtow monk. And I've been a Mgtow monk for about 6 months. It's working really well for me. It probably won't work for most Mgtows, and it definitely won't work for most guys out there. Yeah, we would go extinct if everybody was a Mgtow monk. So it's not for everybody. But my perspective is there's basically three reasons why men deal with women. And I'll talk about each of these three and why they don't really make any sense. So the first reason is sex. The second reason is companionship. And the third reason is social status. So let's talk about sex. The thing with sex is, even though it feels good, you have a hedonic treadmill situation. So what I mean by that is, let's say you bought a new car. And at first it's really awesome. You got this new car, it's really shiny, it's got the new car smell, it runs really well, and so on and so forth. But after a few weeks, you get used to it, and the new car effect wears off. So essentially, your new car is now your regular car. It's become your new baseline. So in order to get that same high, you have to go out and buy an even newer car that has even more features and costs even more money. So what'll happen is, with a lot of pickup artists, they'll get into this competition to see who can pick up the hottest girls, right? Because if you've been doing it for a long time, then you need to chase hotter and hotter women to get the same effect. So that's really the problem with sex. It feels good. It's great. Guys like to have sex with pretty girls. But after a while, the novelty really wears off. And what'll happen is, what happened to me was, after having sex with a pretty girl, a few hours later, I would be horny again. So it's like, what the fuck was the point of going through all that trouble? You know, trying to run game and impress women and get women to, like, the next day you just gotta start all over again. It's like you didn't even have sex the previous day. And I was in a situation where the hottest girl that I hooked up with, this very pretty blonde hair, blue eyes Norwegian girl. So the first time I hooked up with her, it was just like amazing. Okay, it was just like this mind-blowing, amazing sex. And then the second time, it was just as good because I was essentially confirming that the first time wasn't a fluke, that it wasn't some kind of mistake, right? I didn't dream it up or something like that. But then the third time, it was about 90% as good. And then the fourth time, it was about 80% as good. So you can see where I'm going with this. And the last time that I had sex with her, all I could think about was how annoying the frickin' condom was. It wasn't even enjoyable. I was basically having sex with a freaking plastic condom. That's what it felt like. And, of course, I thought about, oh, do I want to take the risk of having sex without a condom? But the thing is, if you do that, then you're just starting the treadmill all over again. And so, yeah, sex is good, but if you really think about it, it's really not worth the trouble. And if you look at porn, there is so much porn on the internet. There's an infinite amount of porn. The variety is infinite. What kind of porn? Do you like brunettes? Do you like blondes? Do you want to see threesomes? Do you want to see lesbian? You could watch porn 24 hours a day, every day, and not run out of porn. People, I don't know who these people are, but people are uploading porn at a faster rate than you can watch porn. And so it's like, why go through the trouble of sex? So if I could go back in time and give myself one piece of advice, my 20-year-old self, it would be save up some money, go to a country where prostitution is legal, such as Germany, get yourself some nice high-end girls, and just get it out of your system. That's the advice I would give to myself. And just save the trouble of going through the PUA crap and all the dating stuff and texting women, and online dating was horrible. It worked, but it was horrible. So if you've done online dating, you send out tons of emails and most women don't respond. Only a tiny fraction of women will respond. And of the women who do respond, only a tiny fraction will agree to go on a date. And of all the women who agree to go on a date, only a tiny fraction will actually show up. Most will just not show up. And so, what's the freaking point of the whole thing? So that's what I have to say about sex. So then the second category is companionship. So a lot of people have this idea that, oh, I'm going to find a woman who has shared values, who have common interests, right? And the thing about that is, it's mostly bullshit. It's almost completely nonsense. So for example, I dated this girl who had an almost perfect interests matching as I did. So she was into anime, and I was into anime. She was into computer programming. I was into computer programming. She was into robotics. I was into robotics. And it was like, oh, you like this TV show? Oh, I love that TV show. You like this comic book? I love this comic book. And our dates were just like, we were finishing each other's sentences. We were like, people would call this quote-unquote soulmate. But guess what? It didn't matter. That relationship went nowhere. So this idea that, oh, you're going to find a girl who has things in common with you, and that's what makes a relationship successful. It just doesn't work that way. When women are interested in the same things that guys are interested in, the traditional things that are associated with guys, such as science and engineering and comic books and things like that, women are interested in those things for different reasons than why men are interested in those things. Okay, so Stardust had a really good video about this, where it was titled the mystery of the pumpkin spice latte, and what he talked about was women will get interested in these things because these are socially acceptable things. So when I was in middle school, I was into Star Wars. But no one was into Star Wars except the really nerdy people. But now, everyone's into Star Wars. All the girls are into Star Wars because it's popular. It's socially acceptable. So women may like the same things that men like, but for completely different reasons. I'll give you another example. The 2-year relationship that I had. We had a few things in common. We got along really well, actually. We would vibe together really well, where we would just have fun. We would get each other's jokes. We would just finish each other's sentences, and we would just have a lot of fun. But in the end, that didn't matter. That wasn't the deciding factor on the relationship. The deciding factor was she wanted to have a baby. And I was adamant, no, I don't want to have a baby. and so she left, and she left, and she started dating a guy who had a higher chance of giving her a baby. So, for example, I was into objectivism, so I would recommend Ayn Rand's books, such as Atlas Shrugged and The Fountainhead, and she read those books, and we discussed the topics. So here I thought, oh, I found this great girl. She has the same philosophy as I do. And then she would start to listen to Leonard Peikoff's videos, and she would start to listen to Yaron Brooks' videos, and say all the same things that all the other objectivists say. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is a dream come true. This is a soulmate. This girl, she's pretty, and she likes all the same things I like. But guess what? After she left, I stayed in contact with her a little bit, and I found out she became a Christian. So, if you know, objectivism is an atheistic philosophy. So why did she switch from an atheistic philosophy to Christianity in a matter of, weeks? Well, the reason was her new boyfriend was a Christian. That's really all there is to it. So this idea that, oh, you're gonna find someone you're compatible with, you're gonna find someone and be really good companions and be soulmates and blah blah blah. No, those things don't matter. What matters is, do you have money? Are you going to give her a baby that she wants? Are you going to give her the lifestyle that she wants? Right? If she wants a good looking guy, are you a good looking guy? She wants a tall guy, are you a tall guy? She wants a wealthy guy, are you a wealthy guy? She wants someone who could be a good father, are you going to be a good father? These common interests, like your personal philosophy, your outlook on life, what kind of video games you like, what kind of hobbies you like. Do you like cars? Do you like fixing cars? Do you like computer science? Do you like sports? These things, you think they're important. If you have these common interests, those things don't matter. It doesn't matter. You can just be friends with guys with the same interests. Just be non-romantic, non-sexual friends with guys, and that's a real friendship. So if you try to be friends with a girl, it just doesn't work. So that's companionship. The last category is social status. So you definitely have a higher social status if you have a girlfriend or a wife. So if you're running for public office and you're not married, you're a single guy, your chances of winning are extremely low because people just generally don't trust you if you're a single guy. So I was dating this girl, and we actually went to this playground to see how many pull-ups you can do. So we went to this playground, we played on the monkey bars, and we were doing pull-ups and all this stuff. So there were kids there, and there were parents there watching the kids play. And the parents just kind of looked at us. They didn't really say anything. But the thing is, if I was there alone, the parents definitely would have said something. The parents would have assumed, hey, who's this guy? Is he a pedophile? Is he a creep? What's he doing at the playground? But because I was there with a girl, then it was okay. So people have done these social experiments where if you're a guy and you go to the beach and you act like you're taking pictures, people will think that's suspicious and people will question you about it. But if you're a woman and you do the exact same thing, or if you're with a woman, then all of a sudden it's okay. So a lot of people get married for the social status. A lot of people get girlfriends because they want to show off to their friends, right? They want to post their pictures of them and their girlfriend on their Facebook profile, okay? Because it gets them a lot of likes. It gets them a lot of social validation. But I don't care about social validation. I don't care about what people think of me. If I was, say, a salesperson, I might care. Because when you're a salesperson, what your clients and what your prospects think of you matter a lot. What their opinion of you matters a lot in terms of whether or not you make the sale. But I don't do that. I'm an engineer. I work with other engineers. They know what I'm like. I don't care how I look. I had one of my friends ask me, don't you style your hair? You care about how you look, right? I'm sure you style your hair. Nope, I don't style my hair. I roll out of bed, put on some clothes, I'm ready to go to work. So anyways, those are the 3 reasons why men will date women why men will pursue women and marry women. So those three things, two of those three things don't really even make any sense. Okay? And the third one, as Mgtows, we don't care what people think. If we cared what people think, we wouldn't be Mgtows. So anyways, thanks for listening. Have a good day.